Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Elder Scrolls Lore, and before we begin today, I'd like to thank Ares for allowing me to use his music, and I'd like to make kind of an announcement about the podcast we got going now. It's me, Imperial Knowledge, HB and Kuyo of HP Productions, and occasionally Kukai when he's able to with the schedule. We have a guest on every week, or every episode, and we just talk about gaming, lore, a few other things we ever feel like talking about that we personally want to speak of. Please feel free to also join my Discord chat where we can talk about gaming, lore, whatever it is really us gamers talk about. That being said, today we're going to be talking about Dawnstar. Dawnstar is one of the 9 major cities in the province of Skyrim, being the capital of the region called the Pale. Dawnstar is a bustling trade town that produces all sorts of produce ranging from fish to smithing materials. It is also where the sun greets you as it begins its journey, hence the name Dawnstar. Dawnstar is situated along the Sea of Ghosts, making it a prominent stop between the city-states of Windhelm and Solitude, both located on the edge of Skyrim. Dawnstar's ports give ships coming from abroad to send their produce to the wilds of central Skyrim. Dawnstar on the mainland is situated in the frozen sea of snow, which is a stretch of road between the boreal forests of the southern Pale. Through Dawnstar's geography caters to harsh environment. Dawnstar City is built within an opening situated on the Sea of Ghosts, where the northern mountains begin and continue on to Winterhold. This pocket in the mountain range is where Dawnstar is, and with a path to the coast. The people of the city have established several watchtowers along this area. South of the city, overlooking the entire domain, is Nightcaller Temple, formerly called the Tower of Dawn. To the east, there are the Dawnstar Lighthouse guides passing ships to the city, though it is not anything to write home about. One of Dawnstar's trades is mining, and so the city hosts 2 mine shafts. Both produce iron and quicksilver, which are commonly used materials in weapons. Dawnstar is split into an upper and a lower level. The upper level contains the main gate leading to the Skyrim wilderness, eventually taking travelers to nearby townships such as Bardmont and Dunstad Grove. Around the main gate are several points of interest. On certain occasions, the Khajiit caravan or other traveling merchants would settle outside the gates. However, behind some stone is a hidden entrance to a long-forgotten sanctuary. This belonged to the Dark Brotherhood, and acted as the headquarters to the Pale. But upon entering the gate, you are greeted by Dawnstar's upper level, which contains a view of the Dawnstar Bay and the lower level. A path north of the entrance leads into the harbor, and the road into the east leads to the rest of the upper level. Along the way are several Dawnstar businesses, including Windpeak Inn and Ironbreaker Mine, the source of Dawnstar's iron deposits. In the middle of the upper level is the Whitehall, which is the seat of power of Dawnstar and home to the local Jarl. The path eventually revolves around the lower level, where many of the residents are inhabited. Houses surround the bay as people move and fro with the trade. To the west is Quicksilver Mine, which is home to Dawnstar's Quicksilver deposit, hence, the name, obviously. Continuing onto the beach in the lower east will eventually lead you out of the city, where you can discover the main entrance to the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary and a path to the Lighthouse. Between the Whitehall and the Dawnstar Barracks is a faded path that leads to the main road and the Tower of Dawn. With the death of Riemann Cyrodiil III in 2920 of the First Era, his potentate Varisidu Shay had named the end of the First Era, bringing the Second Era, and much controversy along with it. The various vassal kingdoms through the Empire had begun to rebel against the potentate, unwilling to pay taxes and to disrupt imperial garrisons throughout the realms. It would cause serious problems for Shay, and it reached its pinnacle with the destruction of the fortress in Dawnstar. Because of this transgression, Varisidu Shay gathered the Elder Council in the township of Bardmont to hold the Council of Bardmont. Nice name, right? Shay would take on a total totalitarian role, establishing a universal martial law all over the Empire. What followed was a 37-year bloody war and gruesome conflicts that the continent had yet to withstand. Shay's grand army had crushed the various kingdoms. At that point, the only people who benefited at this time were criminals. Eventually, Shay would be assassinated after years of the conflict. Now, one of Versailles' allies was High King Logroth, the leader of Skyrim, the High King. At one point, Logroth was assassinated by an unknown assailant, naturally leading to the next of kin to be the next High King, and so the crown of Erde was then passed to Freydis, though this did not come to be, and that's when Jarl Svartir of Solitude accused Freydis of being an illegitimate heir. But we've covered this in the past few episodes, so we're just gonna kind of reiterate it at this point, because you have the separation between East Skyrim and West Skyrim now at this point, and then so on and so forth. We kind of already know a little bit about this with the Windhelm and Winterhold videos already. During the Imperial Simulacrum in 389 of the Third Era to 399 of the Third Era, Empress Uriel Septim VII was imprisoned along with Talon Warhaft in the Deadlands by Jagartharn. Jagartharn? I did this in Winterhold video as well. Tharn planned for months to capture the throne and was able to use a powerful weapon known as the Staff of Chaos, and he would then split it into 9 pieces and scatter them across Tamriel. The staff was the only thing keeping Uriel, Septim, and Warhaft in oblivion. A warrior would escape his clutches and eventually retrieve the missing pieces, a hero known as the Eternal Champion, and he assembled the staff and defeated Jagartharn in the Imperial Palace. The Eternal Champion had at one point visited the city of Dawnstar in their quest to receive these pieces. The city of Dawnstar at the time was under the rule of King Ilorarn. During the waning years of the Third Era, the Kingdom of Dawnstar was under the leadership of Queen Mikala. It was at this time the northern kingdoms of Skyrim were undergoing a renaissance and the territories were uniting. King Thane of Solitude married Mikala to establish an alliance between the two city-states. Both Solitude and Dawnstar would expand their boundaries into former imperial fiefdoms, ones that were captured by Uriel Septim V during his reign in 271 of the Third Era. One of these locations was Roscrea, an island fiefdom situated north of Solitude in the Sea of Ghosts. Roscrea was just a stepping stone for future expeditions of the Alliance. The two would continue their alliance into the Fourth Era. It is unknown how long this relationship would last, though, because it's never mentioned again. Now, during the Skyrim Civil War in 201 of the Fourth Era, the city-state of Dawnstar was ruled by Skald the Elder, who was an old, arrogant man who was a staunch supporter of the Stormcloaks. Skald Felgeith was more occupied with the Civil War rather than protecting his own people, which becomes evident with the recent situation. The Tower of Dawn was revamped into the temple dedicated to Vermina, and so the Skull of Corruption was then stored within its depths. Because of this, the people of Dawnstar were inflicted with nightmares, torturing them every night. A priest of Mara, Erandur, traveled to Dawnstar to help them with this problem. However, Erandur called upon a mysterious travel to deal with this threat. A strange gas called the Miasma had spewed out from Nightcaller Temple and afflicted the Vermina cult and its Orcish invaders. Both Erandur and the Traveler fought through waves of these cultists and orcs, eventually finding the Skull of Corruption in the inner sanctum. The fate of both the staff and Erandur are unknown, but Dawnstar's nightmares had ended and the city was saved. Around the same time, the Dark Brotherhood had also taken refuge in the long-abandoned sanctuary in Dawnstar, when the original sanctuary in Falkreath was burned by the Penitus Oculatus. The keeper of the Night Mother, Cicero, had fled to this sanctuary when he was attacked by Astrid. The leader of the Falkreath chapter had then traveled there to find Cicero. Cicero was badly wounded, and his fate is unknown. The few sanctuary survivors from Falkreath would then travel to Dawnstar along with the Night Mother. The outcome of the Dawnstar chapter is currently unknown. Before their occupation, Udifrikte, that's a name, had lived in the icy caves until it was killed by the Brotherhood. That is it. That's all I have for you today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is continuing along with kind of the city histories and the city's theme I'm keeping. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm starting with the Northern Alliance. It's a little insider thing for the people who watch from the Discord chat. I'll get to you guys eventually, though, in the South, don't worry. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, please like and subscribe if you want more. And if you have any topic suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. There's currently one topic I'm working on that was suggested, but other than that, the suggestions board is still wide open. So other than that, please let me know what you guys think in the video, in the comments below, and I hope to see you all in the Discord chat in the next video. Peace.